How did you find out you were gaining weight at an alarming rate? At 22 years old, I was 5'1" and weighed 85 pounds. I survived on one, maybe two small meals a day, and I thought I had everything under control. The thing was, nobody around me treated it like a problem. My mom would squeeze my waist and compliment me saying, "You look amazing, sweetie." My friends would poke at their own stomachs and tell me how jealous they were. Every compliment felt like proof that I was doing something right. So in my head, I was winning. The only person who didn't celebrate my body was my boyfriend, Elliot. He'd watch me eat 400 calories a day and get this sad look in his eyes, but he never brought it up because he knew it made me insecure. Deep down, I knew something was wrong with me, but I didn't want to fix it. I just wanted it to magically go away on its own. And then one day, it happened. I had this ritual where I'd weigh myself at the start of every month. It was like checking my progress report. The number on that scale was the only thing that made me feel like I was in control of my life. So when month one came around, I stepped onto that cold metal scale expecting to see the same number I always saw. But the number staring back at me was 10 pounds higher. I just stood there blinking at it, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. 95 pounds. My heart started pounding in my chest. This wasn't possible. I hadn't changed anything. Same meals, same schedule, same everything. I told Elliot about it later that night, and he looked just as confused as I felt. He suggested maybe the scale was broken, and honestly, that made more sense than anything else. My brain was so foggy from being hungry all the time that I couldn't hold on to a thought for more than 10 minutes anyway, so I shrugged it off and moved on with my life. But then month 2 came, and I started questioning my own sanity. I stepped on that scale again, and this time I had gained 15 more pounds on top of the 10 from before. My hands were literally shaking as I stared at the number. 25 pounds in 2 months. I stepped off and back on 3 times just to make sure I wasn't seeing things. Nothing had changed in my routine. Nothing. I was eating the same tiny portions, sleeping the same hours, doing the same things I always did. There was no logical explanation for what was happening to my body, and it terrified me. So I went straight to Elliot, convinced he'd be just as shocked and confused as I was. I needed someone to tell me I wasn't losing my mind, but when I told him, his face didn't look confused. It looked guilty. My blood ran cold because I had never seen that expression on him before. He sat me down on the edge of the bed and said, "Layla, we need to talk." Those 4 words hit me like a truck. My stomach dropped because I knew exactly what that phrase meant. He was breaking up with me. I had gained too much weight, and now he didn't want me anymore. My mind started spiraling into the darkest places. I was disgusting. I had let myself go. I had finally hit triple digits on the scale, and now I was paying the price. I felt tears burning in my eyes before he even said another word. Well, turns out the worst liar is your ED, because he didn't say any of that. Instead, he said something I never expected. "Layla, I'm sorry, but I've been adding mass gainer into your smoothies every single day for the last 2 months. It added an extra 1,000 calories to your daily intake without me knowing." I felt the air leave my lungs. I didn't know whether to scream at him or collapse. He had been secretly making me gain weight this entire time, but before I could react, his voice cracked. He looked at me with red eyes and said, "I was having nightmares about going to your funeral." His whole body was trembling as he spoke, like he had been carrying this weight for months and could finally let it go. He said watching me waste away was destroying him from the inside out. He couldn't sleep anymore. He couldn't pretend everything was fine anymore. So he made a decision to fight for me, even if I hated him for it, even if it meant losing me. Unfortunately, Elliot isn't my boyfriend anymore, but that's only because now he's my husband.